Well, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are in this beautiful world. Hello, everybody. My name is Nicole Curtis. I'm with She Rises Studios Publishing, and I am here with Dr. Tiffany Taylor-Garner. Hello, Tiffany. How are you?
Wonderful. Good morning. Excited to be here on
Woo!
this day.
And we are doing a light the torch ceremony because Dr. Tiffany's book is out. And this is the celebration week of that happening. I'm so excited for you. But before we dive into this book, Dr. Tiffany, can you go ahead and share a little bit of who you are to our audience?
Sure. My name is Dr. Tiffany Tyler-Garner, and I am a newly published author as of today. Yay!
Love it.
By training, I'm an educational psychologist who has been in the human services or education field for several decades now. I have a journey of resilience, and I'm sure we all do because we're here, but I'm excited to be here and share that journey with others.
I love it. So, your book, The Journey Inward, 4 Seasons of Reflections for Deep Healing and Transformation. What inspired you to write this book, and what do you hope readers will take away from it?
Oh, last year, I found myself in a lull, a professional lull, a personal lull, and it was at the top of the year. And I thought, instead of making New Year's resolutions and with no resolve, this year I'm going to do something different. And it was really the result of going to this special group called Women's Processing and Purpose, where I gathered with like leaders, and we began talking about what it really is to process. And a couple of nuggets came out of that. Someone noted that when something is processed, it is changed.
Hmm.
And they also said that processing is really getting to resolution. And I thought, for how long have I been venting or ruminating,
Ah,
talking about things, but it doesn't change? I haven't changed, and I haven't gotten any resolve. And so I made a year-long commitment to reflection, to really unpacking the stuff that I have been carrying around for years. And so hence the birth of this book.
oh, I love it. I love it. So, the book emphasizes on deep healing and transformation through
Yes.
reflection. So, how important do you believe the practice of self reflection is to personal growth?
It's critical. Once I
Mhm.
began doing it consistently, I realized that I was leading an unexamined life, largely living unconscious, and really pulled by so many external things. And so it's really about connecting with self. And if you're not connected there, it's hard to connect anywhere else. So it's vital.
Yeah, no, it really is. So, with the book's themes, are like imposter syndrome, trauma, perfectionism, and resilience. And I absolutely love that you showcase all of those and you tie them together in such a beautiful way. Why do you think these issues resonate so strongly with many people, especially women?
Oh my goodness. If you think about the message we get about whether or not we are enough,
Yeah.
and the ways in which we are called and tied to the hamster wheel. I'm
Hmm.
sure anyone can relate to feeling like they are not enough, they don't have enough, whether it's time or support, or that the to do list never seems to shrink. We add one thing on top of the other. And so, this notion of connecting to and setting some new expectations, those driven by who you are, your purpose, your needs and calling, as opposed to all the things that we try to live down to or up to, I think is something that is timely and resonates with many,
Mm.
particularly as we go through this time where not only are we sorting through who we are, but who we are collectively as a
Mm.
culture or a society.
Yes, absolutely. The book, you emphasize the importance of boundaries and leveraging the authentic self. What practical steps can readers take to start setting healthy boundaries in their personal and professional lives?
One is identifying if you have any, seeing the value or need in having some, and then beginning to define those for yourself. As I began unpacking over the past year, I discovered that there were a number of expectations or standards there were really other people's expectations that had been passed on to me. And because I was trying to perform myself into work, I was prone to people pleasing at another level. And so without boundaries, we will find ourselves all over the place, but never in any of the places fully, or even the places that we probably need to be. And so it's critical to really think through. And some of the first steps are, hey, do I have some? And we likely do. Two, where did they come from? Three, do they work for me? And if they don't, identifying where the lines should lie so that you can maintain not only things like psychological safety or well-being or self-esteem, but also reasonable expectations for yourself each day. And so if the boundary is I need to be at everyone's beck and call, or you're filling in the sentence I am everything everyone else will need me to be, probably a bad place to set the fence, right?
Well, I'm sure as being a new author writing a book, it can be a scary journey. It can be a roller coaster ride of emotions, I'm sure. Um, I'm really curious to know, in your journey of start to finish with this book and of writing it, is there something that stood out to you that has helped you in your own personal growth or has helped you learn something more about yourself through writing this book?
Oh, there were so many nuggets, but I think the most profound one is the ways in which I would almost liken this to childbirth. So where you're beginning to swell with expectation, the baby is dropped, you believe it's in the canal, so you're about a month out and you're like, I think it's gonna come. You even have maybe some Braxton hits or some false alarms where it's like, am I gonna finish this today?
Oh,
And
I
then there's
love
that
it.
other piece of where you have to bear down. And while you're bearing down, because I actively manage things like perfectionism or imposter syndrome, there was that subtle backdrop of, well, people think my baby is ugly. Like, oh my gosh, please, Lord, let it be cute and loved by the world. And so
Oh,
here
I
I
love
am
that.
going, okay, I am crowning today. It's finally coming. It's out. The ebook releases today, and the paperback on April 1st. And so, folks will really get to see this baby of mine.
Yeah.
And ultimately, I got to be okay with it because it's mine. It's me. It's a reflection of who I am. And by virtue of that, that means that it's enough.
Yeah.
It wasn't a reflection of anyone else's journey. It was just my truth and my journey in hopes of that it might help someone else, like really get clear or get safe or just get okay with whoever they are, what their journey has been, and to make peace with it. And so if nothing else, it's like, hey, push. If you're in labor, push. Don't give up. Don't let your dream or your gift die inside of you. Hey, if it's crowning, it's gonna hurt a little bit. There will be some late nights,
Excuse me.
but push anyway. And hey, get some midwives in your life. Some folks who will cheer you on, who will support you to breathe and pace yourself, who will bring a cup of ice or put on your favorite music or candles when you're going, why did I decide to give birth?
No, I love it. It actually was like rolling into my next question. I was going to say, if you could give one piece of advice to readers or inspiring writers based on your own journey, what would it be?
Someone wisely told me last year, because I didn't begin initially with the goal of writing a book. What I began with
Wow.
was a goal of healing, and in my sharing, trying to model something different for the people in my life. Folks began to reach out to me and say, where is this coming from? And where can I get it? Is this a book? And it compelled me to really think about writing a book. And I had a great deal of trepidation, whether it's the fear and shame that comes with telling your story, or the how scary vulnerability can be for some, especially me. I
Mhm.
really not only worried if not only did I have the wherewithal to do it, even though I was just sharing what was coming up for me, but also editing to protect others in ways that muted or even silenced my own truth. And someone told me wisely that the only story that I need to take responsibility for is mine. That
Mm,
this isn't about anyone else. And because the journey is about healing, I don't have to worry about shaming people because that's not who I am.
yeah.
And so this is really an unpacking of Tiffany
Oh,
and
I
my
love
healing
that.
journey. Um, I give myself grace and others grace. And the insights that come out of it are things that I get to hold on to that I think others should have in their pocketbook or purse too. And so I guess the best advice was, hey, the only story that you need to tell is yours. You don't have to tell anyone else's story. And if that's all you're telling, then you decide what the safe places are and the safe spaces are.
Oh, I
That really
love
helps.
that. I love that. So, for all of you that are watching or going to be catching the replay, Dr. Tiffany's book released today, the ebook, and we're celebrating her book this week, The Journey Inward: 4 Seasons of Reflection for Deep Healing and Transformation. It's on Amazon. You can go ahead and get it. Dr. Tiffany, thank you so much for joining me today. And on behalf of She Rises Studios Publishing, thank you for letting us be part of this journey with you. You are a gem and we appreciate you and just love who you are as a human being, as a woman, but as what you're doing in this world. And so thank you for being you. And thank you for letting us be part of this with you.
Thank you for supporting me through this labor and delivery.
I just love that. I just love that. Oh,
Thank you.
you made my morning. Well, for everybody, thank you so much for joining us. And with that, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. And again, thank you, Dr. Tiffany.
Thank you.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.